Hey folks, welcome to our next exit. As you can see, I'm at Lazydays RV here in Tampa, Florida. I'm supposed to be in Orlando, Florida. Pearl flew off to Reno, Nevada, and Tinker and I are batching it all by ourselves. So stay tuned and see what the heck I'm doing in Tampa, what the heck Pearl's doing in Reno, and when we're going to get back to Orlando. Hey folks, welcome to our next exit. As you can see, we're at Lazydays RV Resort Sales and Service. First thing I want to do is kind of give you an idea of what it's raining here, if you can hear all that pitter patter, and you can probably see it through the windshield. But give you kind of an idea what Lazydays is all about. We had no idea how big and nice of a place this was, but they've got everything. So let me kind of give you a little bit of a walkthrough of what's happening here at Lazydays, and then that's the good part, and then I'll tell you the sadder part of why we're here. So Lazydays RV Resort Sales and Service. Enjoy. So one of the best things about Lazydays is they really understand the issues for people that RV and live full time in their RV. When we got there, they put us in a bay right away, hooked us up to power and water and sewer. And Frank, the technician, he went over the coach and suggested we do a few more things, and one of them was sealing the roof and replacing this skylight here that I put that patch on there 4 or 5 years ago. And I told him, yeah, sure. So he got it all resealed. It looks beautiful, but he didn't replace the skylight. He sealed right over it. He didn't replace the caulking on the air horns there, you can see, and then there's a penetration up here where the TV antenna goes into the cap, and he didn't patch that, and that does have a small leak. So that I'm a little bit concerned about that, but the rest of it that it did seal looks beautiful. And we got to stay in that bay for several days. They offer, if you buy an RV here from Lazydays, they have driver's training, they have seminars on just about everything about RVs. I mean, they really, customer service is at the top of their list. Over in the store, in the RV store, they've got big room there for seminars and training about all kind of systems. I mean, the customer service and the services that they provide and offer, I am quite impressed. They have a waiting room that has a great coffee machine with mochas and coffee and tea, and it's just super. They finally moved us over to the chassis bay on Friday, and I would go over there and check and see how that was coming, but I went over there all day long, and I'd look on the sides. I even got down to my hands and knees because you know, they're working underneath to see if the mechanic was down there, but there was no mechanic nowhere. And so finally I went into the office and checked with Jeff that runs the chassis shop, and he said the mechanic got to look at it a little bit, put in a list of parts that it would need to fix it, but he had to go to the doctor Friday afternoon, so they wouldn't be able to work on anything, but assured me Saturday morning they would get somebody on it, and they'd move it back in the bay about 8:30 or 9. Well, by 11:30 they had not took it back in the bay. So I went over and talked to Jeff again, and he said, well, we got mechanics today, but we don't have anybody in the parts department that is certified for Monaco parts. So they moved us back out here in this little parking spot. We can't even put our slides out all the way. And so now we're waiting till Monday. So we're waiting for parts on the slides, placing the slide motors. We're waiting till Monday to see what the chassis guys say. One good thing is we got a Cracker Barrel just a very short distance away. So we've gone and ate several meals at the Cracker Barrel. That some of it's maybe not as healthy as we'd like it to be, but it sure is good. And they also have a restaurant right inside the Lazydays complex there that we eat breakfast over there most mornings. So all in all, we've been here 10 days. They haven't kept up to the schedule that they kind of committed to, at least in my mind. But I understand it's a big business. They've got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts, and the computers can just get confusing. To me, it appears that this is a big complex. There's a lot of moving parts, and everything is dependent on the computer. So when the service tech, I've read a lot of people's comments about things not getting done and waiting on parts and getting delayed. And it seems like the service tech, he puts something in the computer, request for parts, and then he goes on and takes on some other project, waiting to hear back from the parts department. The parts department maybe checks on it, has a question, so they send him an email back. Well, he maybe is not checking his email, or however that works. But everybody's waiting on the other person to respond back or do their part of the formula before they get back on it. And it causes things to fall through the cracks. I think you really have to have good communication with your service advisor, and if you can with the technician and stuff, and let them know you're there and you're waiting, and because there's just so much going on. I'm very impressed with the operation here. Back when I was working, I was involved with some bigger companies, and things would get mixed up. We would screw stuff up, and our customer service would fall through the cracks, and we'd forget to do stuff. I totally understand that. I'm going to err on the side of Lazydays because they've got a bottom line. They got to make money. They can't stand around and wait. They have to keep pushing forward on something that's going to make money for that day. And everybody's not always at the top of the list. So far, it's not horrible bad. It's not wonderful great. I think everybody's trying. It's no one person that's doing something wrong. It's just stuff's falling through the cracks. So hopefully we'll do another video. I'm going to wrap this up, and we'll get more specific next week as parts start coming in, and we kind of see if the promises that they've made, or we'll kind of see if the commitments that I feel they've made, if those come to fruition. And we'll do our Lazydays part 2. So look for that next Tuesday or Wednesday or something. And until then, keep the wheels rolling, stay safe. We'll see you at the next exit. Bye-bye. So what you got there, baby?
Tacos, my dear.
Tacos, huh?
Tacos.
Alrighty.
Tacos.
More paper plates. We need to save water because our holding tanks are just about full. I love Pearl makes some great tacos. So before we start eating,
yes, dear.
what you think about Lazydays RV in Tampa?
The people are nice. I'm frustrated that we haven't got enough work done and we're not out of here yet.
But you remember when last time the air compressor broke down in New Mexico, was on the side of the road?
Exactly.
Yeah, so it could be worse.
Could be a lot worse.
Yep. So we'll cross our fingers and let's have some tacos. See you guys later. Bye-bye.